Hello guys, this is Naveen here once again. So guys, today I'm going to cover this topic that very important and pending topic, that is what is the difference between soft assert and hard assertion. Okay, how to implement in TestNG, and you can use the same concept in Selenium. So soft assertion, guys, it's a very important utility. Okay, it's having so many advantages in a particular test case. Okay, so let's start with that. So let me create quickly quickly I'll create one Maven project. Okay, and first you need to create one Maven project quickly. Let me create Maven. Next 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 let's see, my project name it assertions. Okay, assertions testng. Okay, and click on finish. And after that, assertions in testng, I'll delete these dummy packages quickly. Delete this package also, and inside the src test I'll create a new package. Let's see, my test. Click on finish. Right, and under this my test I'll create one class. Let's see, my class name is test cases. Okay, you can give any class name, that's not an issue. Test cases. Don't select the main method because we are using, okay, we are using testng. So in testng we don't use main method. Okay, now quickly I'll create one method. Now see it carefully, and before that, what exactly I'll do, inside my project I'll add TestNG library also. So go to properties, Java build path, click on add library because TestNG is a library. Click on next, click on finish. Okay, so TestNG is also added in my library. And I'm not writing any Selenium code because you can use the same concept in Selenium. I'm just covering the concept. Okay, it's very simple concept. Simple. Let's see, I'm writing one test. Okay, I'm writing one method. Let's see, public void test1 method is there, right? And this at the rate test, you have to import it from testng. Okay, that is fine. Now let's see, I'm writing system.out.println, and couple of steps I'm doing. Let's see, open browser, right? And then I'm writing, let's see, system.out.println, enter username. Okay, just like in, you can convert the same thing into Selenium code also later on. System.out.println, let's see, I'm writing enter password, simple login feature I'm writing. System.out.println, click on sign in button. Okay, click on sign in button. And then last step I'm writing system.out.println validate home page, right? Simple. If you run this program, it will print all the things over here, right? That is fine. It's a very simple test case I have written at the rate test annotation. Test1 is the method name, and simple 4-5 steps I have written and printing on the console. Now what will happen, let's see, after entering username, or let's see, after opening the browser, I'm putting one assertion. So generally we put assertion with the help of assert class, right? So I'll be using assert equals, I'm making it failed. Let's see, expected is I'm expecting true, but actual value is coming false, like this. Let's see, this assertion is getting failed, right? Fine. Now what will happen, system will, I'll try to execute it. System will cover, okay, fine, this is a test1 method is there. Compiler will see that. It will print this particular thing on the console. It will execute this step. It will come over here. Immediately the moment it come over here, it will give assertion error. Why? Because true is not equal to false. We have put one assertion, true is not equal to false. So immediately this particular assertion will be failed. So if you run this program, let's run it. Okay, see, it's printing open browser, but it's not printing any other value, that enter username and password and everything. Immediately after this particular step, open browser, it got failed, and the entire test case marked as failed. And the reason it's giving that assertion failed. Just a minute, let me remove this JUnit. We imported assert from TestNG. We need to import from TestNG actually. Okay, let's run it again. See, it's printing only open browser, right? And immediately after that, it got failed. It is saying that assertion error expected false but found true, right? It means on line number 13, it got failed. So just because of this assertion got failed, all these steps are not working, right? So that is fine. So this is the right time that to put the assertion. So this is called hard assertion. Hard assertion means if any particular assertion is getting failed, immediately after that, all the corresponding lines in that particular test case will not be executed. And that particular test case immediately will be terminated, and this test case will be marked as failed test case, right? That's a property of hard assertion. If they ask you at the time of interview, what do you mean by hard assertion? Hard assertion means, I'll repeat, hard assertion is getting failed. It means the next corresponding line won't be executed. Whatever the subsequent lines are available after that particular hard assertion won't be executed. Okay, immediately your test case will be terminated, and immediately your test case will be marked as failed test case. Okay, so sometime it is good to put hard assertion, sometime it is not a good practice. So how to check what is a good practice? So good practice is, guys, so I know that if browser is itself not getting open, then in that case it is important to put hard assertion. So there is no point to execute other, you know, other steps. If your browser is not getting open, then obviously how will you execute other steps, right? Enter username, enter password, clicking on sign in button. Let's see. And now I'm putting one more hard assertion over here. That is also fine. Because if you're not able to log in, then what is the point to check validate homepage or other functionality or homepage or something like that, right? There is no point. So that is also, this is the right time on line number 19th also, this is the right way of putting hard assertion. That is also fine because signing is important. If you're not able to sign in, then the rest of the 1,000 test cases that you have written after login won't be execute. You won't be able to execute. So in that case, I should not write any soft assertion. Over here also I should not write any soft assertion. So these both are hard assertion. Now let's see, after validating home page, again I'm putting this particular hard assertion. Okay guys, try to understand this concept. And now I'm doing some other steps. Let's see, validate home page and then go to deals page. Okay, and then I'm writing create a deal. Okay, create a deal. Let's see, after that I'm writing go to, okay, contacts page and create a contact. Okay, so these two steps also I have written, 4 steps I have written. Now what will happen, validate home page, but immediately after that I'm putting one hard assertion. It means I'm not able to create deal page and I'm not able to execute this contacts page step also, just because of this hard assertion will be failed. So line number 26, 27 and 29 and 20 and 30 will not be executed. Why? Because the hard assertion is getting failed over here. This is also hard assertion. Okay, so it will not be executed. So if you run it, see, immediately open browser hard assertion is getting failed. Immediately it will be failed. Okay, immediately it will be failed. The entire test case will be failed because this is hard assertion. Now if I write true is equal to true, so this hard assertion will be passed. It will come over here, it will enter username, enter password, clicking on sign in button, and again I'm making it true. Let's see. Okay, so line number 20 also it's getting passed. Again it will go to validate home page. So till 20, line number 23, it will be executed. See, try to understand the concept. See, open browser, enter username, enter password, click on sign in button. Okay, click on sign in button and validate home page. Validate home page, it is working. But immediately after moving to the home page, I am putting one hard assertion which is getting failed. So these lines will not be executed. This is not the right position of putting hard assertion. Why? Might be homepage title is gone, or maybe homepage title is not visible. Something like some error is there, but it doesn't mean that I'm terminating my program. I'm terminating my test case. Why? But then what happened to these lines? Right? What happened to these test cases? Right? What happened to these test steps? I want to execute these test steps also. I just want to ignore, for time being, I want to ignore that. Okay, it's fine. If assertion is getting failed, if homepage title is missing, it's fine. Not an issue. Okay. I'll store as a soft assertion in that case now. So I have to put soft assertion. Why? Because I want to execute these lines also. Let's see, after that, you have written 1,000 lines. Okay, then what is the fault of those 1,000 lines if homepage title is missing? I want to execute create deal also. I want to execute create contact also, right? Okay, what is the fault of there is no problem, right? What is the fault of contacts page and deal page, right? I want to cover those test cases also. So this is not the right position of putting hard assertion. In that case, we have to put soft assertion. So how to do that? So to do the soft assertion, guys, immediately after your class, you can declare one class variable. Okay, you can create the object of soft assert class. So simple, right? Soft assert is a class in TestNG. Create the object of soft assert. Simple soft assert is equal to new soft assert. Okay, so this soft assert is coming from TestNG. You can see that importing from TestNG like this. And now using this particular object, soft assert. So this assert is coming from directly from TestNG, that is called hard assert. So we don't need to create any hard assert equal to new hard assert. No, this is itself called hard assertion. Okay. Now I want to convert this hard assertion into soft assertion. What I have to do, I'll just replace this assert by soft assert. Now soft assert dot assert equals, if it is getting failed, so let's see, this is soft assert now. If it is getting failed, so program will not terminate. It will come over here, it will print this line, it will print this line, it will print this line, and it will print this line also. Okay, so let's run it and check. See, can you see that? So, okay, now see, open browser, fine, enter username, enter password, click on sign in, validate home page. Validate home page is there. After that, this assertion, I have put soft assert. Although this assertion is failed, true is equal to false. No, true is not equal to false. So this should be failed. But program is not terminated. Okay. Immediately it will jump on line number 28. It will print go to deals page and other lines till create a contact page. So all these 4 lines are getting printed, are getting executed. But the problem here is, if you see, the test case got passed. Ideally, test case should be failed. Why? Because this soft assertion is getting failed. Although the property of soft assertion is, if it is getting failed, still it will execute the next lines. But it is getting failed through comma false. The test case should be marked as failed at least. Fine, it is executing all these lines, but it should be marked as failed, right? So that's the problem with soft assertion. Now to how to solve this problem. Let's see, I want to put one more soft assertion. Let's see. Okay, like this. So how many soft assertions? 1, 2, and 3. And if you run it, okay, all the steps are working fine, everything is fine, and it will mark your test case as passed. But 3 assertions are getting failed: line number 26, line number 30, and line number 35. All these soft assertions are getting failed, although the property of soft assertion is, if it is getting failed, it will execute the next lines also. If it is getting failed, it will execute these 3 lines also. If it is getting executed and it is getting failed, it will execute this line also. But it is not marking your test case failed. Why? That's a property of soft assertion. To solve this problem, what we have to do, once your entire assertion and everything is done in your test case, what you can do, simple write soft assert, this is the object name, dot assert all. You need to put this particular, okay, line over here. Once all the assertions, soft assertions are done, okay, at the end of the your test case, just write soft assert.assertAll. So soft assert.assertAll, what exactly it will do, I'll tell you guys what exactly it will do. So this is the assertion. It will be marked as, it will be stored somewhere here inside the soft assert object. Again, it will be failed, it will be stored over here. Again, this particular step will be failed, it will be stored over here. That's fine. It will execute next line, it will execute this, it will execute this, it will execute this, and this also. But all these three assertions will be stored in this particular soft assert object. And once we will check soft assert dot assert all, it means assert, perform assert on this particular object, and then it will check, okay, how many errors are there? Three errors. One, two, three test cases. I mean, three steps got failed, and then it will mark test case as failed. If you don't write soft assert dot assert all, it will not assert. Okay, it will simply mark your test case as failed. So assert all is very important to write it, guys. Okay, so now if you run this program, let's run it. Okay, fine, all the steps are getting passed, I mean getting executed, but your test case is getting failed now. See, test case is getting failed now with three information, three assertions getting failed. See, that's the beauty of soft assertion. That's the biggest advantage. It's saying the following assertion failed. It means this got failed, this got failed, and this got failed. It's saying three assertions got failed, right? It means um, after creating deal, let's say you are not able to create a deal, you are not able to create the contact, okay, and you are not able to move, okay, home page title is also missing, okay. It means all three assertions are getting failed, although it is not terminating your program. It is executing all the steps, and then at the end it is saying what are the different errors are there in your test case, what are the validation points are getting failed in your test cases, right? That's the biggest advantage of soft assert. So always use soft assert, guys. Okay, and but it's not compulsory to use soft assert always. Okay, you have to use the mixture of both, the combination of hard assertion and soft assertion both. Let's see, after login you have to put hard assertion. Why? Because after login, if login is not happening, then immediately I have to execute, immediately I have to mark my test case as failed. I don't want to execute other further lines because your test case login is itself getting failed, right? That's the biggest advantage of hard assertion. But you see that, okay, yes, fine, if home page title is missing, then what is the fault of other class, I mean other steps, right? I want to execute other test steps also. Let's see, home title is missing, let's see, only page title is missing, but because of title is getting failed, I don't want that, okay, the entire test case should be failed. No, I want to execute other, I want to give some other chance to other test cases also, right? Like that. So immediately you will get to know that, okay, and in a particular test case you can put, guys, let's see, number of assertions you can put, right? Number of assert you can put on the different steps. You will get to know, because of soft assert dot assert all, you will get to know that, okay, what are the assertions are getting failed and what other assertions are not getting failed. Okay, so that's the biggest advantage, and that's the difference between soft assert and hard assertion. Okay, if you want to provide any message also, like with the soft assert, okay, you can provide some message also. I think, okay, home page title is missing. If assertion is getting failed, it will print this particular message: not able to create a deal. And same thing for, let's see, not able to create a contact. Okay, so if you run this, okay, it's executing all the steps, but at the end it will assert all, and then it will tell you the picture. If you click on it, it's saying, see, home page title is missing, expected false but true. Now the complete message is also printing: not able to create a deal expected, not able to create contact. So three assertions are getting failed with the three proper messages, like that, right? And if you see the console, it's clearly saying, okay, all the test steps got executed, but following assertions got failed. Home page title is missing, not able to create deal, not able to create contact also. Amazing, right? So that's the biggest advantage, and you can use this advantage with soft assertion. Just simple create at the global level, at the class level, assert.assertAll, and this soft assert can be used in all the test cases. If you have multiple at the rate test, you can use it. Okay, you can use, well, like in, let's see, you have tomorrow one more at the rate test. Let's see, public void test2. Here also you can use this soft assert dot assert equals, let's see, actual is true and expected is false, like this. And I'm printing, let's see, system.out.println, or maybe log out. Okay, like this. Okay, and again, if it is getting failed, it will be, now I'm not writing any soft assert.assertAll in this particular test case. So this particular test case will be passed. Let's execute it. Let's see. See, test one got failed because I have put assertAll. But test 2 got passed, although this assertion is getting failed. But still it's saying pass. Why? Because I have to put soft assert.assertAll. Right, guys? So assertAll is important. Otherwise, your test case will be treated as a pass test case. Now, if you run it, see, both the test cases got failed now. Right? Fine. Now, so let's see, I have 10 test cases or 100 at the rate test cases. Right? 100 at the rate test annotations are there. Again and again, I'm writing soft assert.assertAll, soft assert.assertAll. Okay, so you can do one thing that generally we write like this, right? At the rate after class math annotation, you can create public void, let's see, method name is tear down. Okay, at the rate after class, import it from TestNG and write this particular line over there. Okay, and let's see, I'm commenting this line from here. Now let's see what happens. So once both the test cases got executed, then at the rate after class will be executed. Let's see what happens. I'll tell you. So it is getting executed, then it's asserting all the things. Now the problem is, guys, test 1, test 2 got passed. Okay, sometimes we write like this, that in assert all generally we comment from this okay, the respective at the rate test method, and we write it over here. Because of this problem, what will happen? Then test 1, test 2 will be marked as passed, but tear down method will be failed. Okay, so we should not do like that. If you have 100 test cases, better to write soft assert.assertAll immediately after that. Okay, otherwise that at the rate after class or at the rate after suite or at the rate after method will be failed. That particular our target is, if any assertion is getting failed, please put the information, give me the information, what is the reason behind that, and mark that particular test case as failed, because there is an assertion failure, right? So this is the right approach, that immediately after any test case, at the end just put soft assert.assertAll, and don't write inside this at the rate after class. Don't write this thing over here, otherwise that particular method will be failed. Tear down method will be failed, right? Now simple, if you execute it, now both the test cases, test 1, test 2 will be failed. Test 1, 3 assertion got failed. Test 2, 1 assertion get failed. Okay, now one more thing. Now if you go to test 2, see one more thing. In test 1, what is the error? 3 assertion, home page, not able to create a deal, not able to create a contact. In test 2, again the same error is coming. Home page title, not able to this, and one more assertion. Okay, one more assertion is getting failed. That's a problem. Why? Because I won't say that's a problem. Why? Because ultimately it's pointing to the same object. Soft assert is the object. Okay, guys, see, try to understand. Don't be confused with, okay, the implementation approach. I have this soft assert. Okay, and how many assertions are getting failed? This is also coming over here. This is also coming over here. This is also coming over here. and again this soft assert dot assert dot equals, again it's coming over here. So ultimately we are filling all the assertions from here to this particular object. So all the soft assert are coming over here in the single object, and once you print that soft assert dot assert all, then it will say that okay, then it will print all the test cases information about the failure information. So either you can do like that, okay, that you can print, okay, test case by test case, that soft assert dot assert all, soft assert dot assert all in every test case. But the problem is, in every test case it will show that okay, the previous test case error also, like that. Okay, so it's up to you how exactly you want to design. Another thing is that another approach we can use, that you can create like this, you can create like this also, that instead of creating at the global level soft assert assert equal to new soft assert, you can create individual assertion soft assert for test case number 1, for test case number 2, for test case number 3, like this. Instead of this, okay guys, you can create like this also. Immediately here after that, you can create like this soft assert 1, and just replace this all your soft assertion over here with soft assert 1. Okay, and after that just create one more soft assertion in your test2 method also. Test2, simple, right? Assert2. Okay, now let's see what happens. If you see the result, both the test cases marked failed, which is fine. In test2 these 3 assertions got failed, and in test2 only 1 assertion is getting failed. So this is also a good approach. Okay, you can create multiple instances of soft assert in the respective test case, and then accordingly you can do that. Like that also you can do. So there are various way. At the rate after suite also you can declare, but the problem is that that particular test, if you don't want to write this, and if you want to write inside the tear down method, the problem is that particular test case will be marked as failed, all the test cases marked as passed, and then the respective method will be failed. That's a disadvantage. Okay, but I don't like that approach. I want that okay, if any assertion is getting failed, either it is hard assertion or soft assertion, test case should be marked as failed. It is not a complete test case then, right? It is not a complete pass test case. It is a partial passed, but ultimately it should be marked as failed test case. So this approach also you can use it. Okay guys, so that's the difference between hard assertion and soft assertion. So quickly I'll write a note for you. So what do you mean by hard assertion? Hard assertion means it's hard assertion, hard validation, I would say. Hard validation. If a test case or test assertion is getting failed, immediately, sorry, immediately test case will be marked as failed, and test case will be terminated. Okay, what is soft assertion? Soft assertion means soft validation. If a test, or I would say here I'll write, if hard assertion is getting failed, if soft assertion is getting failed, will not be marked as failed, as well as test case will, as well as next lines will be executed. Okay, and then to resolve this problem, that test case will be marked as, sorry, passed, right? So what we have to do, we have to use soft assert all to solve this problem. That's a problem. The assertion is getting failed. The test case will be marked as pass, as well as next lines also will be executed. But you have to mark it failed. Okay, so we have to use assert all to mark the test case as failed. Okay, to mark the test case as failed, if any soft assertion is getting failed. If soft assertion is getting failed, I want to mark my test case as failed. Okay, so that's a property of hard assertion, soft assertion, and soft assert all. Okay, guys. So please practice and implement the same thing in your framework. Soft assertion is a very famous interview question. What is the difference between hard assertion and soft assertion? How will you implement it? What is the right way of implementing soft assertion, hard assertion? What do you mean by assert all? Okay, and you can use in your framework. Okay, so let me know if you have any issues, and thanks for watching this video, guys, and please practice with this. It's really important. Okay, and please subscribe to the channel if you really like this video. Thank you so much.